Woodland Bakery TV. Note to self, don't make an ice cream cake in 90-degree weather in New Jersey. So we're gonna have to go a little bit fast right now so I can show you how I do it here at the bakery. I have some pre-purchased ice cream. You guys feel free to go ahead and make your own recipe like I often do, but I didn't do this time, just in the interest of time. I didn't have a lot of time this week to prepare homemade ice cream, so I went and bought what was on sale at ShopRite. And this is really just to show you guys how to put together an ice cream cake. What you're going to need, this is going to make a 10-inch ice cream cake, and this will probably serve, I don't know, maybe 18 people. So this is a 10-inch cake mold, and as you see here, I have it lined with some plastic wrap. Okay, that's just to be able to pop this thing out of here very easily. So first I have that lined, and then basically what I'm going to do is just squeeze this ice cream into the bottom. I don't get fancy with fancy tools or really anything. I really do this all by hand. Now, of course, you guys are going to want to wear gloves like I am. I find this is the easiest way to do it when you are purchasing your ice cream. Now, if you were making your ice cream from a homemade recipe, at the point that it's coming out of the ice cream freezer, the ice cream machine, it's still going to be more like soft serve, at which point you're just going to go ahead and put it right into your mold, and it's going to be a lot easier to smooth out. So because this is a frozen, you know, came right out of the freezer, you just have to kind of, you know, work it in there and make it as even as possible. Whoops, I always do that. I'm going to use Oreo cookies for the filling of this ice cream cake because I think that it's going to be amazing. So you guys, you know, the classic, like a Carvel ice cream cake has like those chocolate crunchies in throughout, you know, that's like, I think why everybody loves ice cream cake is just for those chocolate crunchies. But in my opinion, Oreo cookies are right up there on the list. So I'm just kind of crushing them up a little bit more than what they were. All right. And then you can basically just, this is going to be like your middle filling.
Now, you didn't buy them like that, right? You actually... Right.
These are just Oreo cookies that, you know, you can kind of just rough chop them with a knife.
Do you remove the white?
No. No, good question. I do not. Yeah, I lick the white off of each cookie.
Well, I don't know if you scrape it off.
No, I don't. I have an employee whose job is to lick the white part out of all the cookies before we use them.
I'd actually pay to watch that.
All right, so now the second part is going to be my chocolate layer. So it's the same idea here. I can't wait to see the comments on this. It's so funny because look, guys, this is not like the Bible, all the rules of how to make an ice cream cake, but this is how I make an ice cream cake. So it's so funny to see people go, oh, I can't believe you do it like that. Why do you do it like that? Right? Hey man, this is how I do it. You make a video and show me how you do it. So anyway, this is really, again, if you are making your own homemade recipe for ice cream, it's going to be more like soft serve, and you could just really put it in and spread it out a lot easier. All right, so there's my chocolate layer.
Now, obviously, you could do vanilla, right?
Oh, you could do whatever you want to do. Yep. I just thought this was a good combination. Now, the last thing I do, which a lot of people may not do, is to put a real, actual layer cake piece in their ice cream cake. I think it really adds something to it. And because here at the bakery, I always have cake, I'll put that layer on the top. Now I used a chocolate sponge cake recipe, and I want you guys to really get to the blog and read all about the different kinds of cake recipes that I provide for you, and why we would want to use like a chiffon cake or an oil-based cake versus a butter-based cake when making an ice cream cake. Of course, you could leave out the chocolate cake layer, or you could use vanilla or red velvet, or like really whatever combination that you guys want to use for it. So at that point is when I would put this, what I just made, into the freezer for, I'd say, about an hour to really solidify it, and that's what I have here. This one was in the freezer since yesterday, as a matter of fact, but because it's so hot in here, you see it's already starting to melt. I just took this out like right before we started filming this video. So this is how you're going to unmold it, and this is where the plastic really helps, because it comes right out. Peel the plastic off. Wow, look how melty we are.
That probably comes out easier when it's cold, right?
Yeah, well, you'd want it to be cold at all times because you're working with ice cream. And as you can see, it hasn't even been 10 minutes that I had this cake out of the freezer, and it's already starting to melt. And that's why I said, guys, you normally wouldn't be preparing an ice cream cake in a 90-degree kitchen, but because Jersey today is about that hot, my kitchen does not have air conditioning, so these are not the ideal circumstances for making an ice cream cake. Now I am icing with whipped cream. I think it's better, a lot of people might even ice with, when I worked at Baskin Robbins way back when I was in high school, that was my first cake job really. I was supposed to be the ice cream cake girl, and we iced the cakes with vanilla ice cream. So you would just kind of get the vanilla ice cream sort of like spreadable consistency, and you can ice it the same way as I am here with the whipped cream. Alright?
Now, could you use buttercream?
You could, however, I find that eating frozen buttercream, it's not really my preference. I mean, some people could do, you might want to do it. It really comes down to preference, guys. That's why I like to say this is the way that I do it. These are not the hard and fast rules of the land. You could really choose your way. So yeah, I mean, I'm just not a fan of eating like cold or frozen buttercream, because butter when it's cold is hard, right?
Well, I was just wondering because you use it for everything else.
Right. No, that's a good question, and that's all I'm saying is that it's really just your preference. So there's a icing of whipped cream there. Now I'm going to transfer this cake to a serving board. Okay. And at this point, I'm going to garnish the sides with more Oreos. Just crush them up a little bit more fine here. Ooh, this is going to be a good cake. I mean, who doesn't love ice cream cake? It's like the best of both worlds, right? Especially because I do put that layer of cake in the bottom.
Now, what are the black things that you were talking about earlier? What are those actually?
Black things, where?
That are inside the ice?
Oh, the chocolate crunchies.
Is that what that is?
That's actually what they're called.
Okay.
If you need to purchase them, they're actually called chocolate crunchies. I'm not real sure where you guys could get them for home use. Like, I have an option to buy them here at the bakery, but I have to buy like a 50-pound case of them. I don't really have an option to buy them smaller. All right, so the last thing I'll do is put a border and decorate this cake so that I can really get it back into the freezer. You have to, obviously it's ice cream, you have to store an ice cream cake in the freezer. I'm just going to do like a very simple, like a balloons and confetti kind of a decoration. I'll show you how I do that. These are my little confetti and nonpareils. Little sprinkly sprinks there. And then,
sprinkly sprinks.
and then I basically just use my pastry bag that has the coupler inserted but no tip. And this is how I make balloons.
Now at the bakery, do Would you say the ice cream cake is a popular cake?
No, because I don't sell ice cream cake here at the bakery.
All right, so then you don't sell.
No,
It's not popular at all.
It's not. Well, a lot of people do ask for it. I'm just not really equipped here at the bakery to be all things to all people. So I do not make ice cream cakes. All right, here's my little string. All right, and there you go. That's how we make an ice cream cake. Not at Woodland Bakery. So be sure to get all your recipes at woodlandbakeryblog.com, guys. Share with us all your creations on Facebook, and thanks for watching.